It's something that is to come. It's something that Spirit wants me to know in advance. Things of that nature. But this particular dream that I had, and I knew that it was a message because of the fact that I was supposed to come on here earlier, and I was so tired, and it made no sense because I had a late day today. I woke up like around 12, so it was really no reason for me to be tired, but I was tired. And usually when that happens, I know that Spirit wants me to go to sleep, okay, because there's something that I need to see. Now, I'm going to give y'all the dream because the dream was for the collective. It wasn't for me, which is why I'm sharing it. Now, I had two different dreams. The first dream was being in some house where it was almost like almost like the energy of like a halfway house or something like that. I don't know how I got to this house, but for some reason I was at this house because there was somebody going around this particular neighborhood wherever we were, and they were coming into different places and basically like attacking people, right? So I'm in this house with all of these random people that I don't know, faces that I'm gonna say that I don't know consciously, right? Faces that I've never consciously seen or I don't remember consciously seeing. And when the people started to try to break into this place, it was like all of these men specifically were like boarding up the doors, boarding up the windows. There were other women there. They were protecting the women. It was kind of like that type of thing, right? That was the first slice of the dream. Then I woke up for a little second because I had an alarm set because I don't want to sleep too long. My alarm went off, so that woke me up. I kind of came out of that. Then I went back to sleep for about an hour. Now, during this specific dream, I was at a family reunion. Okay. And there was some person who came in a room because apparently I went to some room that was selected for us based on, the family reunion or whatever. I guess we had like assigned rooms or whatever. I don't know. So I go into this room and I put all my stuff down. I had bags with me. I put my bags down and I'm laying across the bed. And outside of this room is like they having almost like a cocktail parties type of thing, like an icebreaker type of situation. You know how like you go to an event and it's like a weekend type of thing or whatever, and they have like these different events for the weekend. So it was like this icebreaker type of something happening outside my room. So one girl came into my room and she just got in the bed, and I'm looking at her like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck you just come in here and get in the bed with me? I don't know who you are. I know we had a family function, but I don't know who you are, right? So I'm like, who are you? And she was like, oh, I'm your cousin. I was like, okay, who are you related to, right? And she said, I forget the name, but she said somebody sent me. And I was like, what do you mean somebody sent you? Like, that doesn't make sense. About a family reunion, what do you mean somebody sent you? It's like somebody sent me in here, whatever. And then she just cut to a different conversation. Like, anyways, we're going to be best friends, and we're going to be besties, and we're going to get this done, and we're going to get that done, and blah, 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 blah. And then you said that you was working on this, and then you said that you was working on that. Like, she started pointing out things that, like, I was working on. And I'm like, so fucking confused, right? Because it's just like you came out of nowhere. You hopped in the bed with me, and then you talking about you was sent here to help me with the things that I'm working on. So I was so fucking confused. I woke up, and I'm like, Spirit, I don't know what none of that is talking about. Okay? I don't know. I'm in my head like, okay, you about to send me somebody? Or, like, what is you talking about, right? And I heard two words. I heard closer, specifically, and I heard dreams. That's why I put that song on, right? And I'm like, okay, like, what do you mean by that? So I had to go into a little quick meditation because I need more answers. I don't like them little half-ass words. Like, sometimes Spirit be talking in breadcrumbs, okay? And that pisses me off. So I know, and this is why I understand, I sympathize when y'all be pissed off when, your messages be kind of broke up. Because I'm like, I need the full tea. So So Spirit was talking about how there are going to be people coming out of nowhere. People that you connect with so deep that it feels like you've always known them, that you've always had this familiarity that you have with whoever this person is that is coming. This could be a physical energy, or this can be an ancestor for some of y'all. Some of y'all are about to get in contact with a new ancestor, okay? And this person is going to really help you get to whatever next level it is that you're trying to go to, okay? So the reading that we're about to get into is about to be highly, highly spiritual, because the downloads that I started getting after that started blowing my mind, okay? So we're going into this with clear energy and clear minds, open hearts, open spirits. Be receptive to what resonates for you. Don't receive what does not resonate for you. Everything will not resonate for you, and that's okay. But we're about to move into a we are already shifting and have already made a great shift, okay? If you haven't realized, if you haven't recognized, if you haven't felt it, we have shifted, okay? Within the last 7 days, we have moved into a whole new energy. And we was talking about this, you know, a little bit before. Hey, y'all just coming in. We was talking about this a little bit before last week when we were talking about timeline jumps, right? Quantum leaps, jumping timelines, shifting dimensions, shifting energy. And that's basically what's going on right now. Over the last 7 days, we have been literally transforming on many different levels, okay? Hence the reason why a lot of y'all are more sleepy. Hence the reason why a lot of y'all are dealing with a lot of headaches, nausea, dizziness. Hence the reason why a lot of y'all don't want to go outside and do nothing. It's not just the heat, okay? A lot of y'all think it's just the heat. Like, oh, it's just hot outside. I don't really want to be in the heat. It's not just the heat. You know, a lot of that is you are naturally getting into this state of preparation. And in order for you to be able to be ready for this next level, for this next chapter that a lot of us are walking into, there are certain things that Spirit wants you to be prepared with and prepared for, okay? So if you pay attention to your life and how things have been moving over the last 7 days, you'll start to see certain patterns, okay? And this is why I tell y'all to journal. This is why I tell y'all to write shit down. This is why I tell y'all to find some type of way to record what is going on in your life so that you can see when there are differences being made, or when patterns are being broken, or when things are really transforming on another level. Because we are so active sometimes in our journey that we don't really realize how much work we're doing and how much things are actually changing around us, right? We can get so tunnel focused, right, to the point where we don't even see, again, how much we've done, how much we've achieved, how much we've grown over a certain point of time. And over the last 7 days, there has been some shifts in energy, okay, where certain connections have been broken. Certain mentalities have been destroyed. Certain relationships have been highlighted for you to deal with, for you to navigate. Certain traumas have come to the surface for you to kind of do like a purging, like a detoxing almost when it comes to certain things. A lot of you are realizing that you don't think the same, or that you're not as worried as you used to be, or that you're not as stressed about, minute things like you used to be. A lot of y'all are realizing that it almost feels like you don't care. You do care, but it almost feels like you don't care no more. It's like whatever happens, happens. However it goes, it goes. However it flows, it flows. And it's not necessarily that you don't care. It's that you're now in this place of acceptance, right? You've accepted yourself for who you are. You've accepted your life for what it is. And you're finding things to be grateful for within the things that you already have, to the point where the other shit is not affecting you no more. So a lot of people are coming out of this dark energy. I'm not going to say dark energy. I'm going to say negative energy, because I don't want y'all to equate darkness to negativity. But coming out of this negative energy, coming out of having negative thoughts all the time, negative perspectives, right? A lot of people, and we've been talking about this as well, you know, changes in diet, changes in the way that you take care of your body. A lot of y'all are realizing that you're waking up and certain parts of your body are not the same. And those who understand that, right? It's like certain things are not the same. You look different. You feel different. Certain things about you are completely different because we have shifted. And if these things don't resonate for you, you haven't shifted yet. And that's okay. Because we all have a different time when, you know, we are supposed to shift or go to a next level or elevate or transmute our energy to another timeline. Happens different for everybody. It happens at different times for everybody. All of us are not on the same clock, and that's okay. But this first shift, this initial shift that we are experiencing right now, is for people who have been doing their work. If you've been doing what you're supposed to do, then you can feel the energy transforming and shifting around you. Okay? So let's tap in. See what else Spirit has to say. Let's go a little bit deeper. There's definitely going to be, again, somebody who is going to come in and really help. Okay? Really assist, really help. I'm even hearing direct. Okay? There may be somebody that comes in with just direction. Alright? I'm saying that lady. I don't know if y'all be seeing that black lady who got the funeral home, and she be having on them bomb ass outfits and the body is tea, and she be walking around directing shit around and stuff like that. It's almost that energy, but it feels I want to say angelic, because that's how it feels. It feels like an angelic energy. It feels like somebody who is coming with very, very pure energy. Like this is somebody who is so pure in their nature and so sincere in their nature. It's like a, I just heard the glass slipper. So it's like a perfect fit, right? Whoever this is, whatever this energy is that is coming in for you. For some of you guys, it may take the form of a physical being, meaning you may physically meet somebody who possesses this energy. For others of you, you are about to experience the energy of a new ancestor, or you already have been. Some of y'all already been feeling and sensing a new energy around you, okay? And it doesn't feel like anything negative or anyone negative. A lot of you may have been seeing this energy lately, hearing from this energy lately, having weird things happen around your house, you know, in regards to certain energies lately, things of that nature, okay? But there's definitely somebody that's about to come in and assist you, or an ancestor that's about to assist you. And let me say this. This whole season that you're about to go into, as far as working with this energy or working with this person, requires 100% trust of your intuition. Okay? Spirit said you don't even have to trust them. It's okay. You don't have to trust them, but just trust your intuition. So I don't have to put my trust in you, because a lot of us are still working from places of trauma where we're not easily trusting to new energies, new people, new places, new things, right? And that's okay, because, you know, if that's your truth, that's your truth. If that's your reality, that's your reality, right? Only you can do something about it. Only you can navigate that energy, okay? However, I can trust myself. So I don't have to trust you, but if myself say you cool, then you cool. If my intuition say you good, you good. Right? Until otherwise. Until my intuition say something else. Alright? So don't go into this thinking that you have to put all of your trust into whoever or whatever this energy may be coming in. You don't. Right? Because I feel like it's going to prove itself to you anyway. It's going to prove itself to you anyway. And you're going to be able to naturally fall in line when it comes as far as trusting that energy moving forward. Because again, it's going to prove itself. The things that, you know, you are assisted with, the things that that person or that energy helps you with or tells you to do or leads you to, it's going to prove itself regardless. And that's the beautiful thing about the spiritual realm, is you don't have to trust it, just trust yourself. Because as long as you're trusting yourself, you're going to be guided through the spiritual realm however you're supposed to. You don't have to trust me. You don't got to trust none of these other spiritualists. You don't have to trust, you know, none of these other motherfuckers that you meet. You don't have to. Nobody's telling you to do that. Trust yourself. As long as you trust you and you know that your intuition is on point, and when it speaks, you listen, then you're going to be fine. Okay? All right, let's see. Let's tap in a little bit. I probably will be uploading this to YouTube. I'm going to have to edit it a little bit because the song is in the beginning. And YouTube going to try to get me. Look at this. First card out is Soul Star Activation. Fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Okay? Fulfilling soul contracts and remembering who you are. Now, we have been talking about, y'all been tuned into these, lives lately. We've been talking about operating in your original energy, right? Being who you're supposed to be, living based on your own energy, being unapologetic in your energy. Regardless of how people feel, regardless of how people look at you, treat you, regardless of the opinions, regardless of, whatever, right? Just being yourself, being comfortable in your own skin. And I feel like, again, this is what's leading you all to getting this assistance, all right? I just heard that this assistance can definitely come in the form of an ancestor, but the way that it's going to play out is almost like, it may play out as far as you just being guided to different opportunities or different doors, and they're already open. That's how I'm seeing it in my head, okay? Meaning this spirit their job may be just to open up certain doors, right? Communicate to you intuitively and guide you to them fucking doors that's wide open. So this is going to show up as if like things are just happening and you don't have to do nothing. It's just like you walk over here, this door is open, you can walk right on through. Then you walk a little bit and you go over here, and this opportunity is just sitting there and just waiting on you. Or you just minding your business and somebody just walk up to you, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, getting something out of that conversation or out of that situation. Or you just minding your business one day and you just receive a random phone call or email or something like that. It's like divine intervention. This is like divine connection. This is divine alignment, okay? And it's coming out of nowhere. It's coming out of nowhere. It's not anything that is expected. It's not anything that you necessarily probably even asked for. Because I feel like a lot of y'all, and specifically the people who I'm talking to, haven't been asking for anything lately. I feel like you may have been in a position where before you was asking for certain things and trying to do all these different manifestation spells and shit like that, and then you was like, you know what, fuck this shit, because you weren't getting the results that you wanted to get because you weren't in a position to receive them. So instead you was like, you know what, whatever, fuck it, I'm not even worried about that shit no more. I'll just be thankful for what I got and keep it pushing. And because you had that energy, because you kind of was like, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to focus on what I already have. I'm just going to, operate in this high vibrational energy. Because you did that and you moved that way, you were actually completing all of the things that needed to be completed in order for you to get those manifestations. So this whole time that you were like, I'm not even thinking about that shit. I'm just going to focus on what I'm focusing on. I'm just going to tune in, tap in with spirit. I'm just going to get consistent with my journey. I'm going to start doing my childhood trauma healing. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to do my shadow work. I'm going to take care of my responsibilities. I'm going to be accountable. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You were doing it from a pure place at that point. Whereas maybe before, it was your trauma that was manifesting for you. Your traumatized self, your childhood self that was trying to manifest those things, which is why they weren't coming through. But because you took this time to just step away from it all, walk away from it all, say, you know what, it is what it is. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm still going to be happy. I still have a lot to be grateful for, thankful for. My life is still going way better than it could be going. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to this place of acceptance, right? It put you in a different perspective, which allowed you to do the work that spirit always wanted you to do. So now, because you're actually doing the work now, you're going to get what you want. But you've been so focused on doing the work that you don't even see what you want. It's coming. That's the energy of this reading. It's like I've been so focused doing what I was doing, minding my business, staying to myself, right? Working on whatever I'm supposed to work on, taking care of whatever I'm supposed to take care of, that when you do receive whatever this is, It's completely unexpected because that has not been your focus. That has not been your main focus. You've been focused on other shit. So it's almost like, again, just catching you off guard. Okay, like surprise party. That's the energy. It's like a fucking surprise party, right? Now, definitely heavy protection for a lot of you guys. Okay? For a lot of you, you know, specifically Spirit had to keep you to yourself lately because they have been fighting some demons on your behalf. I don't think that a lot of y'all know how close to being in danger you were because you was around certain energies. I don't think a lot of y'all know how close to it being over for you you know, you actually was because of certain energies. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of y'all have been protected from some shit that you didn't even know. That you didn't even know. That you wasn't even paying attention to. Because the people that it was coming from, you didn't even suspect. I'm talking about close range. Close range. Close range. I'm saying, and this is how I'm seeing it in my head, and I'm at, you know, hopefully I can describe it without TikTok being extra. But the way I'm seeing it is, like, you talking to somebody and then you turn your back, and the minute you turn your back, they up the stick on your motherfucking ass. And they aiming that bitch at you. And you don't even know. You turned your back for whatever reason. Maybe you was grabbing something, getting something, focusing on something else. Okay? And the minute that you turned around, when I say close range, and this is why Spirit couldn't give you your manifestations, because you was in danger, babe. Molly, you was in danger, girl. Okay? Spirit couldn't give you the stuff that you wanted. Why would they put all of that high, abundant, energetic shit? Why would they give you all of that when you are in a toxic environment, or you have toxic people around you, or people around you that will take and steal and you know, just claim ownership of the things that are rightfully yours? You couldn't get your abundance in those areas. And for some of y'all, until you move, until you make the decision to choose you, is what I just heard, you're not going to get the abundance in those areas. A lot of y'all are learning to choose yourself right now. Because a lot of these motherfuckers who you thought was in your corner, a lot of people who you thought was riding for you, a lot of people who you thought had your best intentions at heart, they don't fuck with you like that. They don't fuck with you like that. The way that you see it and the way that they see it is two different points of views. And they don't see it from your perspective. Because they don't look at you the way that you look at them. And a lot of y'all Spirit team is tired of you being loyal, or tired of you losing out on shit because you're choosing loyalty to certain people, or because you're choosing to basically force yourself to be in these environments where you know you're not happy, or you know you're energetically off balance. Things are energetically off fucking balance, and you know it. Every day you wake up, the shit is off. Whether this is the energy you're coming out of, whether this is the energy you're currently in, take it how it resonates. But you can tell, and anytime you start your day off on a certain energy because you're in a certain environment, that's a problem. That's a problem. And this is not just relationships. This is friendships. This is family relationships. This is, you know, going to certain jobs, having certain coworkers, being in certain environments like that. Okay? This is living in family homes. Okay? A lot of y'all have been intertwined with people that don't like you. They don't like you. They do not care for you. They don't see the value in you. And Spirit had to put a lot of y'all in these situations where you were forced to see yourself. You had to be in these situations where you was forced to see your brilliance. You was forced to see how amazing you are, how good you are, how loving and caring you are. So that you can be like, hold up, motherfucker. I'm too good of a person for you to keep treating me like this. I take care of y'all way too much. I'm too loyal for y'all to keep trying to disrespect me. What the hell is going on? Spirit had to give you a new perspective by making you the target. When them beams is aimed at you and you look down and see that red dot, or you looking at shit completely different. And the best attack is from a person that's closer to you, because they can get the closest to you. A lot of y'all have been worried about and thinking that a lot of these things that have been going on are because of other people that you know don't like you, right? There's certain people that you know don't fuck with you. There's certain people that you know may not care for you, right? And those are not people that you're close to. So you know that. You can recognize that. You can see that, right? But these people that were close to you, you couldn't see, because the way you felt for them was obscuring your view for who they truly are and how they truly feel about you. See, you thought that because you loved them that they loved you. You thought because you did something for them that they would do the same for you. You thought because your outlook on them, the friendship, the relationship, whatever ship, was at a certain level, you thought that they saw it at that level too. And these people don't give a fuck. They never gave a fuck. A lot of y'all met these people when you were on a path of progress. And if you didn't realize, the moment you got connected with these motherfuckers, the progress stopped. Certain things changed. Not saying that you still wasn't having certain things go well for you or whatever, but it wasn't going the way that it was prior to. Some of y'all got to a beautiful place in your life, or you were going through a transitional phase in your life when you met these people, interacted with these people, got hired at these places, moved to wherever. Take it how it resonates. But when you was moving into this environment, you were already at a place where you were trying to shift your energy. For a lot of y'all, this is like 2020 energy. This is 2014 energy. This is 2016 energy. This is 2018 energy. Okay? I also heard 2010 and 2012. Check out resonates. Alright? So that could have been the time that you met this person. That could have been the time that, you got in connection with these people. Whatever it is. But those are the years that Spirit just gave me. 2019 as well. And you know what the energy Spirit is giving me right now? Like how a motherfucker try to tiptoe. It can be quiet in the house, right? And a motherfucker try to tiptoe and you can hear them. Right? Or when you laying down and you sleep and somebody trying to sneak up on you and you can feel that energy, you can feel their presence, right? These motherfuckers thought they was sneaky. They thought they was sneaky. They thought you would never find out why they were actually in connection with you. Look at this. The ever unfolding rose cracked open is happening for you, not to you. They thought they was sneaky. They thought that you would never recognize their true intentions. A lot of these people didn't really want you. They just wanted to be connected to you because of who you are energetically. A lot of these people didn't want you. They just didn't want nobody else to have access to you. A lot of these people didn't really want to be friends with you. They just wanted to know what you had going on firsthand. A lot of these people wanted to live through you. A lot of these people just wanted access to you to be able to say that they have access to you. This is why when you first came into contact with this energy, you thought that it was right for you. Because they convinced you that their intentions were pure. They convinced you that they had chosen you. And a lot of y'all were coming from a place of abandonment. So you never felt chosen. You never felt love. You never felt like somebody picked you out the crowd. And a lot of these motherfuckers played on that. Let me tell you something. A predator always can recognize its prey. from a mile away. Okay? A lion can spot a gazelle miles and miles and miles the fuck away. You understand? It don't take all that for a motherfucker to recognize that you depressed, that you got anxiety, that you don't really love yourself like that. Especially the energy that some of y'all was in when you met this person. A lot of y'all was in a place of a crossroads where you had to make a decision. And let me say this. Anytime you get to a crossroads place in your life, know that there are two options. So there's one option to go the way that is for you to go, that is in alignment with you. And then there's another option that's going to take you completely the fuck away from alignment. And it's not necessarily your fault that you got into the option that you got into, because you didn't have the preparation, you didn't have the foundation to be able to tell the difference or to make an emotionally intelligent decision. Right? A lot of y'all were craving something at that point. A lot of y'all were craving attention, craving love, craving, to be understood, to be accepted, right? To be liked. Okay? During that time, some of y'all could have been at odds with other people in your life and felt like you was by yourself, or felt like people didn't understand you, or felt like you weren't supported, right? So it's very, very, very important at this point in your journey to be tapping in and tuning into your intuition and not ignoring it because it's telling you to do things or is offering you advice on things that may not be something you want to do. Like, of course it's not going to be something you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course everything that our intuition tells us is not going to be something that we want to do. But is it something that we need to do? Right? Sometimes you got to think of yourself as a child, because spiritually you are a child, especially if you're just coming into this journey. We're all babies in spirituality. We don't have all the answers. We figuring all this shit out as we go. Nobody has all the answers. Not in this realm. Not here. Okay? It's a reason why the Akashic records have to be accessed through the spiritual realm, because don't nobody got all the answers in this motherfucker. We all trying to figure this shit out. You understand? So because of that, you can't blame yourself for not knowing certain things. You can't blame yourself for not acting on certain things. You can't blame yourself for not seeing certain things at the time, right? All you could do is, when you know better, you do better. When you do peep that the energy is not for you, you transition and you move the fuck out. And that's where a lot of y'all are right now. You know that it's time for a transition. Okay? And a lot of y'all have already transitioned. Okay? So take y'all resonates. Some of y'all are about to transition out of this connection, relationship, situationship, friendship, co-workership, family relationship, whatever. And a lot of y'all have already done that, and you're in the beginning stages of severing that tie. Regardless of where you are, if you've made that decision, know that it is the right decision. This is confirmation that you made the right decision. This is confirmation that things get better after this decision that you made. Okay? When you put yourself in a position to be taught, the teacher will appear. Right? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And a lot of y'all are ready. You're ready to take it to the next level. You're ready to tap in. You're ready to access more of your spiritual gifts. You're ready to be aligned with your life purpose. A lot of y'all are ready for this next level. And the teacher has appeared. And it's coming in the form of your intuition. Right? So when your gut tell you something, and a lot of people say, okay, well, what's the difference between my intuition and like my ego or the voices in my head, right? First of all, your intuition is always the first voice. It's never the second. It's never the third, fourth, fifth, 16th, none of that. It's always the first thing. Whatever was in your head first, whatever spoke to you first, is always your intuition. Everything after that is usually you trying to talk yourself out of it. So when Spirit been told you, hey, you need to go ahead and break up with that person. You need to go ahead and leave. You need to go ahead and stop being cool with them. You need to go ahead and block that person or delete them or do whatever. And you was like, nah, I'm probably just overreacting. Intuition spoke. Ego tried to talk itself out of it. And it happens just that fast. We do it all the time. Right? So what I say is, and what helps me, because I like proof. I'm one of them people, I like facts. I'm a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Give me the facts, show me the logic, make it make sense. So what I had to start doing is proving to myself that my intuition is right. So what I would do is, if my intuition was giving me a message or something, I would just write it down. Write it down. Whether I listen to it or not, I'm going to write it down. Right? Because if it is correct, it's going to come to pass. Period. So if it does come to pass, I can go back and look at exactly what I wrote down and compare it to exactly what is happening. And if that aligns, which it always does, that gives me more of a reason to trust my intuition moving forward, because now we're creating positive history with each other. Make sense? Now there's a history here. I wrote it down. It was proven right. I wrote this down. It was proven right. I wrote this down. It was proven right. Now we're creating a history. So it's not just the woulda, coulda, shoulda no more. No, I can go back and now there's history. There's proof. Oh, this date, my intuition told me X, Y, and Z. And this date, it happened. This date, my intuition told me this, and that. And this date, it happened. When you do it like that, there's no denying it at that point. Because now you have actual concrete evidence that this is something you can listen to. This is something that holds weight. Right? That's a little tip that works and has worked for me to help me start to trust my intuition. Because of course we know our intuition has never been wrong. We know that. But because we don't record anything, we don't write anything down, we don't have any tangible evidence that it is what it is. So when you start to write those things down and you put a date on it, my intuition told me this at this time, this date, or just this date, and then that shit comes to pass, that's proof. You can't say, oh, maybe my intuition is right. No, we have proof that it's right. Right? And that almost solidifies within you, that this is something that you can trust. It confirms to you that your intuition is accurate and that you can go through with listening to it. Okay? What about when your intuition is telling you something that is deep or has deep consequences? What do you mean? Your intuition will never tell you anything that has consequences. It's not going to tell you to do nothing that has consequences in a negative light. Your intuition is never going to guide you to anything that is negative. It's just not going to do that. It has no vested interest in that. Now, there's a difference between things being negative and things feeling negative. And a lot of times it might feel negative because it's something that you don't want to do, or it causes you to detach from something that you're not ready to detach from. So, of course, that might feel negative to you because you don't want to do it, or you're not ready to do it, or you're not comfortable with doing it, or you're not at a position where you understand why that is the best option for you. It doesn't change the fact that your intuition is right. That intuition will be right every time. Now, it may be telling you to do something that's uncomfortable for you in that moment, or that's challenging for you in that moment, or that's difficult for you in that moment. But it doesn't change the fact that it's telling you that for a reason. The thing that we don't understand is temporary discomfort allows you to have future comfort. So you're only going to be uncomfortable in that moment. You know what I'm saying? You're only going to be uncomfortable in that moment that you're doing whatever you're doing, simply because you can't see the outcome. That's it. That's half the reason why, mainly the reason why we don't want to listen to our intuition, is because we can't see the outcome. We feel what we feel right now in the moment. All I know is I love that person. All I know is I've been cool with them since I was this age. All I know is I've been working this job for however long. All I know is I've been doing this for however long, and I've been around these people for however long, and I done had babies with this person, and I had this with this person, or I done walked down been one of they bridesmaids or groomsmen, or I'm their godmama, the godmama to their kids, whatever it is, right? You don't want to move from that space. You don't want to let go of that because you feel like you're supposed to be there. You feel like the quantity of time that you spend with this person is bigger than the quality of the relationship. And that's where a lot of us get tripped up at. We hold time so dear to us. Time has become so dear to us that we will sacrifice our future because of time. So I've known this person for a long time, so you feel like you're supposed to be around them for a longer time. That's not how that works. Or I done been in a relationship with this person for this many years, so, I can't walk away. Why can't you? You know what I'm saying? It's not about quantity, meaning how much or how long or whatever. It's about quality. Am I growing in this space? Are these people adding to my life? Am I gaining something out of this? Am I elevating? Are they elevating? Because I don't want nobody to be around me if you're not elevating. If I'm causing you to not elevate, I don't want you to be around me. I'd rather you go find a group of people, a relationship or whoever, where you could be, you know what I'm saying, where you can elevate and where you can thrive. Because if I truly care about you, I want you to be somewhere where you can thrive. So if people truly care about you, they will want you to be somewhere where you can thrive. And if you truly care about yourself, that's the main event. If you truly care about yourself, see, the problem is a lot of y'all care more about people than you care about yourself. And this is why you would choose these relationships over your intuition and your future. Because you have put value in people and not in yourself. So if I don't see myself as being valuable, if I don't see myself as being worthy, if I don't see myself as being worth it, if I don't see myself as being on a certain level energetically, or having a certain calling on my life, or, you know, connecting to a certain life purpose, then of course I'm not going to carry myself like that. The way that I see myself is the way that I'm going to carry myself. And the way that I carry myself is the invitation to people outside of me to treat me the same way. So if I see myself as not really being important, as not really being worth nothing, and then I carry myself in that light, then the people around me are going to treat me like I ain't shit. They're just going to reiterate to me the energy that I'm putting out. That's how that goes. So a lot of y'all had to be in these situations. You had to stick it out for all of these years because it's almost like chipping away at something, right? Everything they did, every time they did something, it chipped away at a piece of you. Your heart, your feelings, your emotions, whatever. It started off as little chips, right? When you have a whole thing and you start taking little pieces off of it, ain't nobody really going to notice too much, right? If I have a whole piece of cake and somebody come and just take a little corner over here and take a little piece over here and take a little piece over there, I mean, yeah, you can tell it's a couple pieces missing, but it's not too much where you like, oh my God, somebody destroyed it, right? But over time, if somebody keeps taking little pieces, eventually it's going to be a big ass dent in that cake, to the point where it is noticeable, to the point where it's going to start to affect the structure of that cake. Period. So it's going to start falling apart. It's going to start losing its value. Less people can get something from it. Less people can eat from this cake because people have been chipping away at it. And that's how y'all show up in life. People have been chipping away from your energy with the little things that they do, with the little things that they say, with the ways that they treat you, with the things that you accept, the things that you choose to ignore, the things that you choose to forgive over and over and over and over and over with no different actions. Chipping away at you. To the point where it became noticeable. So noticeable even you noticed it. Because at first a lot of y'all didn't notice it. You was in La La Land. You was in Looney Tune land. Okay? Just la 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 la. Like SpongeBob. Just in a field of daisies. Not peeping nothing. Not peeping a damn thing. Until eventually, the shit got too deep. It got too obvious that even you couldn't sit back and ignore it. Eventually, it got so uncomfortable in this hole that even you had to notice and pick up on some shit and know that this shit ain't it. Hold up, what the hell going on? I'm even seeing some of y'all having a moment where you look in the mirror and you don't even recognize yourself. Like, even whether looking in the mirror, looking back at pictures. Like, some of y'all may have even been looking back at old pictures, like before you got into this connection, before you knew this person, before you worked at this job, before you went to this place, before you moved to this place, whatever the case is, whatever, right, resonates for you. And you're noticing, like, damn, what the fuck happened to me? Kind of like, like an awakening period. Like, like taking the goggles off, and now you can see clear as hell. And everything that you thought was one way is a whole different way because you took them blurry ass glasses off. And now you seeing things for what they actually are, the way that they're actually showing up. Okay? Memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. Okay? So specifically this spiritual acceleration and progress, like I said, because a lot of y'all have made the decision to go ahead and release this energy at whatever point you released it, things are going to pick up for you. Like I said, somebody's going to come in and help you, and things that they help you with, it's going to move so fast. Listen. Look at the bottom of the deck. Leap. You go first, and the universe will catch you. Because a lot of y'all, you're choosing yourself. This is the energy of this timeline jump is because you've chosen yourself. This jump is all about self. Like, this is a very selfish transit that we're experiencing right now. This is a very selfish phase that we're moving into, and not selfish in a negative way, and I don't care about nobody else and fuck everybody else other than me. Like, no. Selfish in a self-preservation type of thing, right? Selfish in a way where you're filling your own cup first. And I don't mean filling it up just the 95 and then you're like, okay, now I got something to give. It's like, no. It's like, if I'm not on 100, I don't got shit for you, baby. I don't got nothing for you, big dog. I can't help you. I ain't got it. I don't got it. If I'm not at 100, even if I'm at 99, I don't got it. Right? Because the value is in filling your own cup. The value has always been in doing for yourself. And a lot of y'all are realizing that and noticing that. Especially when it comes, again, content creation is or people working in any spaces where they use technology. Y'all better stop bullshitting. This is the year to advance when it comes to social media, when it comes to content creation, things of that nature. If you have a voice, if spirit gave you things to do, if you got content that you're supposed to put out, I don't know what you're doing. I know what you're not doing, but I don't know what you are doing. You better get that shit out. You better get it out. And it's not about what a lot of y'all have to realize is it's not about numbers. A lot of y'all are not doing shit because the money is not attached to it, or it's not enough people for your liking, or you're comparing everything to somebody else who may have numbers or lots of followers or comments or whatever the case is. Y'all too focused on other shit. You comparing yourself to other people and you're focused on the wrong shit. The whole point of you operating in your life purpose is to affect the people that you're meant to affect. It's not for you to get 1 million likes and 1,000 comments. It's not for you to you know, have the biggest platform on social media. It's not for you to be out here, you know, blowing money in everybody's face and looking down on niggas and driving Lamborghinis and shit. It's not for you to do all that. It's for you to affect the souls that are connected to you. Period. That's your only fucking job. Connect with the souls that are connected to you. And this is people who do anything using social media. So even if your business is not social media, but you use social media for your business, you too. A lot of y'all got businesses, you got shit that you do, and nobody knows because you're not posting shit. We don't know what the hell going on. We don't know what you do. You wonder why people is not able to see your content. People don't know what you do. People not ready to book with you. Of course, because we don't even know where to find you at. How we gonna find you if you post every 14 business days? What the hell? The reason why Shein and Amazon and all these motherfucking places is going up is because they will send a text message to your phone every day. Fashion Nova it got a discount sale coming to your email on a daily basis. They in your face. They gonna remind you whether you got the money or not. Ho, I'm here. Hello. Excuse me. Whether you got the coins or not, let me just drop this in your email. Let me just send you this text. Period. What the fuck? That's how we know when where to go when it's time to go somewhere, because they put it in our head so goddamn much. They keep telling us and sending us emails and text messages and shit that when we are in that position, when we need their services, we know exactly where to go. Same thing. How the fuck people gonna know where to go for your services if your ass not out here talking about it or posting about it? We not gonna know shit. We don't know what the hell going on. We don't know what you do. You know, some of the people closest to you have no idea what you do. They think that you bullshit and they think that this is just a hobby, and you over here trying to figure out how to make this shit pop because you want to take it seriously. It don't look like you taking it seriously to us. It look like you don't really want to do it. Some of y'all done created pages for your business and you ain't post shit on them. Pages been created for years. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Just not one post, maybe 2 posts just sitting there. What the fuck? And then y'all be the same on some. I just don't understand why it's not working. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I just feel like people are not going to support me. Duh, because we don't know where to find you, honey. And a lot of y'all are not comfortable yet doing the groundwork. You got to do the groundwork. That means before you get the results you want, you got to put that work in. And when it comes to your life purpose, you got to be okay with putting that work in and not receiving shit. If you don't have that energy, then you're not doing what's for you. If you're looking for a check, I can tell you you're not in a space where you're operating in your life purpose. Because people who are truly operating in their life purpose, if they got to do it for $0, for free 99, they will. Because it's in their heart to do it. And they understand that as long as I'm occupying the space that is for me to occupy, spirit, source, universe will take care of me. So I don't have to worry about the money. I get the money on the back end. That money may come in the form of somebody paying for my food when I go out somewhere. That money might come in the form of, me being able to walk smooth into the house that I apply for and get easily approved because of what I did. If you keep looking for shit to come into monetary value, you're going to miss all of the abundance that is actually around you. This is why yesterday we was talking about separating money from abundance. Period. There's 2 different things. Money is money. Abundance can be anything. Abundance doesn't have any limitations. Money will always just be money. It will never be nothing more. It will never be nothing less. Money is money. But abundance, you have an abundance of love, abundance of grace, an abundance of peace, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of valuable relationships, an abundance of stability, an abundance of whatever. It can just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, because there's no limitations to abundance. So a lot of y'all have to shift out of this money mindset. You got to shift out of this society type of mindset. You got to shift out of these, numbers and likes and comments and clicks. You got to get over all of that. That cannot be your intention. And take it from somebody who has always had a platform. My platform wasn't always what it is right now. And when it became what it was, when I actually started to ascend within my life purpose, I was doing shit for free. For those who know, when PocaSPEAKS first got started, I was doing free horoscopes every day. Religiously. I would wake up like I was working a job. This was during COVID 2020. I would wake up just like I was working a job, and I would post horoscopes every fucking day at 9 a.m. like clockwork. Nobody was paying me for readings at that point. Nobody was purchasing services from me at that point. I was just flowing in what I felt intuitively guided to do. I wasn't charging nobody at that point. I didn't even think. When I started charging people, it wasn't because I started it. It was because somebody asked me, inboxed me, hey, did you do personal one-on-one readings? And I was like, I mean, yeah. But at that point, I was only doing it for the people that was closest to me, because it wasn't a out there type of thing. I'm like, yeah. And that's how that started. So it's your intentions. When you are operating in your gift, in your passion, your intentions are different. It's set up different. You don't even care about that shit because you get to do what you love. You get to do what you feel highly connected to. So my people who are, you know what I'm saying, teachers. If you're a real teacher at heart and your job is to teach the collective and that's your purpose, you'll do that shit for free. Because you get joy out of helping people. Because you get joy out of teaching people. Right? If you are an author, you will sell some of your books for free or give out some shit for free. Because it's just in your heart to help people with the things that you're helping them with. That's when you know you have truly aligned with your purpose. Not saying you'll do it all the time for free. That's not what I'm saying. Because everything is an energetic exchange. So, there's nothing wrong with getting your coins. Okay? Because of where we live at, we got to pay bills and things of that nature. But you don't mind doing certain things for free. You don't mind not getting paid for certain things. Because that's not your intentions anyway. That's not your intentions anyway. So it's like, okay, you know, oh, you can't pay me this time, that's okay. Or this whole week, I'm going to just provide free services. Or I'm going to do this for free and I'm going to do that for free. Cool. Because it's in your heart. You were sent here to do a certain thing. And once you connect with that thing, all of the low vibrational shit don't matter. All of the societal, egotistical shit it doesn't matter to you. Because you're being rewarded energetically through what you're doing. When you see that smile on that child's face when you're teaching them, that's your reward. Right? When I can see people's lives change and they come back and tell me, hey, Poca, you helped me with this and you helped me with that. That's my reward. That means more to me than any money that you could give me. Which is why you'll see Poca get on here and talk for free. Which is why you'll see me do videos for free. Which is why you see me host panels. Which is why you see me answer questions. Which is why, you know, I do free readings every day of the week. Right? For the collective. I will always do things like that. Because it's in my heart to do them. You got some people that will only speak on platforms that pay them. I don't have to be on no platform that pay me. People will send tips, yes. People will send gifts and things like that give you money. Yeah, cool. But if you didn't, and if that wasn't an option, it wouldn't stop me from doing what I'm doing. And that's when you know you have truly stepped inside your purpose. And you have truly aligned with your purpose. Because you don't really, you don't care. As long as I get to show up and do what I love, and I have never wanted for nothing. All of the things that I've done for free, all of the services, all of the lessons, all of the stuff, all of the people I've helped that never paid me for nothing, all of that. Oh, baby, Spirit has taken care of me. I live a very amazing life. I've never had 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 in my bank account since 2019. I ain't never not have a roof over my head, clothes on my back, food to eat. Strangers will come up and you know, offer things because of what you do in the spirit and because you're doing it out of genuine care, genuine love, right? So don't bullshit on this. If you know that you need to take whatever you're doing to the next level and you need to get more serious about your craft, about your purpose, and this is for the people who have already aligned with their purpose and you know what your purpose is. If you've already aligned with it and you know exactly what you came here to do, I'm going to need you to start taking it seriously and start tapping in and getting it done and not worry about all of the superficial shit around it. Period. And if you haven't come into your purpose yet, that's okay. But the first step is releasing the things around you in your environment that make it hard for you to do that or that stop you from being able to do that. Because I can't align with my purpose if I am feeding into people that are draining my energy. I can align with my purpose and show up the way that I'm supposed to show up if I'm constantly arguing back and forth with motherfuckers, giving out parts of me but not receiving anything in return, being in environments and situations and places around people who drain my energy or who are negative. There's no way I'm going to be able to properly align. And this is why you have to release first. Before you align, you got to release. Before you receive, you got to release. And a lot of y'all want to align, you want to receive, but you don't want to do the releasing part. And you can't have one without the other. Because that release helps you make room. This is the thing. You don't know how big what's coming in is. what's coming in for you could be so fucking big, and it could be so much that you're hanging on to something that is light work in comparison to what is actually on its way. And it's Looney Tune. It's just like, I use the example all the time. It's like you give a child a popsicle and they can't open it, so you take it from them so you can release or take off the paper so they can have access to the damn popsicle. But they don't see it like that. They see it as you taking the damn popsicle from them, so they get to rolling around on the floor crying and snotting and shit. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to help you, goofy, so that you can enjoy the goddamn popsicle. But because that child can't see it from that perspective, right? It doesn't feel like assistance. It doesn't feel like help. It feels like something's being taken from me. And that's how a lot of y'all are internalizing that. Spirit is telling you to release certain people, relationships, friendships, family relationships, whatever it is, jobs, careers, whatever no longer serves you, because they're trying to give you something better. And I can't give you better if worse is still in your environment. It's not going to work. The worst is going to eat up whatever good I put in your environment. This is why no matter how many positive things happen, you're still not getting the fullness of what is for you when you are in these environments. You may get a little good thing here, a little good thing there, but everything else is fucked up. Because you can't get what is truly yours and what truly belongs to you when you are around certain energies. It's just not going to fucking work. It's not going to work. Stop expecting it to work. Let's get one more of these. Then we're going to pull some tarot cards. Third eye chakra activation, inner vision, and clear seeing. Like I said, a lot of y'all are now starting to see things for what it truly is. Look, your guidance is divinely guided at the bottom of the deck. This is intuitive, being intuitively guided, like I was talking about before. Paying attention to that intuition. That your intuition is going to be your best friend right now. It's why would your intuition just be telling you to do shit for no reason? You know what I'm saying? Like, the sense don't be sensing sometimes. Like, why would your intuition tell you to just go and do this and go and do that if they didn't have better things for you? Why would spirit want to take stuff from you if it wasn't something better coming? That just does not make sense. And you have to start thinking about it like that. If my spirit team has my best interest at heart, if my higher self has my best interest at heart, and they are the ones telling me to do certain things, then why am I sitting here thinking that it's going to have a negative outcome? That doesn't make sense. And the reason why some of these things have a negative outcome is because you're negative. You attract what you are. You attract how you think. You attract the way that you feel. Your outlook creates your actions. So if you have a certain perspective, it's going to create certain emotions and feelings within you, which is going to cause you to act a certain type of way. Duh, you're not going to get what you want. Duh, you're not going to align with the things that are for you. Duh. Because you're not in position. How can I sit here and cry and snot and try to point the finger and be a victim and all this shit when I'm not doing what I'm being told to do? And we'll sit here and be like, I wish I had the answers. I wish it was somebody or something that can come and just help me get past where I am. And then your intuition come with a message, or spirit will send somebody to bring you a message. And then you be like, I don't think that that's what spirit is saying. What the hell? What the hell do you think? Spirit, give me a sign. And then spirit sends somebody to tell you something. Or your intuition tell you something. And then the first thing you say is, I don't think it's that. Alright. I always say, if you had all the answers, why are you not where you're supposed to be? If you had all the answers and your way or the highway is the right way to go, why are you where you are? I mean, it's obvious right there within that. If you had every key to every door, why all these doors still closed and locked? It makes no sense. At some point, you're going to have to realize that you may not have all the answers. And a lot of y'all have become so stubborn and so stubborn, period, because of the fact that you come from a childhood where you had no control. The things that you experienced, you had no control over them. The negative things that you went through, you had no control over them. So now you become these hypochondriac, controlling ass adults who was always worried about something going wrong and who was way too controlling to allow themselves to flow towards the right thing. So you're in this weird position where nothing happens for you. You're not growing. You're not going nowhere. You're not developing. You're not moving. You're not elevating. Nothing is changing around you. Nothing is changing within you. Because you want to control the whole process. Because you've never felt in control. Everything happened against your will. All the traumas that you experienced happened against your will. So you basically made a promise to yourself, unconsciously, subconsciously, that you wasn't going to let another person tell you what to do or control you or none of that. So you just became hyper controlling, thinking that as long as I control everything, it's going to go the right way. But you've been controlling everything so far, and it ain't been right yet. So what now? How do we move past this? Obviously, you need to recognize that maybe you just don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Okay? The things that you went through, you didn't go through those things because you weren't in control. You went through those things because the people who were in control were shitty people. That's not a you problem. That's a them problem. And you can't make that your spirit team fault. You can't take that out on your spirit team. Oh, my parents treated me a certain type of way, so I'm just not going to trust my spirit team. You know, the people who raised me treated me a certain type of way, so I'm just not going to trust myself. It's like, that makes no sense. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Messages for the collective. One card at a time. Thank you. Yeah, Six of Cups. A lot of you guys are most definitely in this place where you are acknowledging the pain and the trauma from your childhood. And for a lot of y'all, that's been the gate. Okay? That's been the wall, the hold up, the problem, the issue, right? The reason why you haven't been able to move forward in the proper way is because a lot of the things that you may have experienced in childhood, y'all haven't really dealt with. Dealing with something is not trying to make yourself forget about it. That's not dealing with it. That's not how dealing goes. When you deal with something, you show up, you are present, you allow yourself to feel the emotions, you process them, you take from it what you're supposed to take from it, and then you walk away, you leave it alone. You forgive whoever you need to forgive, you let go whatever you need to let go of, release whatever you're supposed to release. There's a process to that. And a lot of you guys have basically tricked yourself into believing that as long as you don't remember it, as long as you're not thinking about it, as long as you can put it out of your head, that energy has disappeared or it no longer affects you. And that's just not how that works. That's just not how that works. Shadow work is very, very important. Childhood trauma healing is very, very important. And a lot of y'all are starting to realize that it has been the child version of you that has been controlling your life all this time. You've never really grown up. You've never really grown up. You've always been that 8-year-old. You've always been that 10-year-old. You've always been that 12-year-old. You've never grown up. Your body has aged. The outside of you has aged and has adjusted to the years. But spiritually, emotionally, within you, you have been being controlled and you have been making decisions based on that childhood version of yourself that was traumatized at the point they was traumatized. That's why sometimes you act like an 8-year-old. That's why you be out here going back and forth with people like a 10-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's why you be arguing with motherfuckers like you 15. Or you get in your feelings like a 12-year-old. Because you have not energetically moved from that place where you were traumatized. You just have not. And it's okay, but you got to live in that truth. You got to acknowledge that first before you're able to do something about it and move forward. And a lot of y'all don't want to acknowledge that. You don't want to go back to those places. But those things, the past can't hurt you. It already happened. Everything that happened has already happened. All the damage that has been done has already been done. So So you going back there to heal it, you going back there to free yourself, to free that version of yourself, to give that version of yourself a voice, is not going to make that thing happen again. It is going to release you from it so that you can move on and no longer have to walk around carrying all of that. Okay? And it's a process. Don't think that just because you've done a couple exercises and, a couple things and it's been 6 months and you still feel a certain type of way, that you did something wrong. That's why we call this a journey. That's why we say shadow work is never ending. Because a lot of us have been traumatized for years. A lot of us have been acting this way, feeling this way, moving this way, energetically in this specific energy for a very, very long time. A lot of our first traumas go back to when we were toddlers or in grade school or elementary school, whatever the case is. That's a long time. Compare that to the age that you are now. That's a very long time to be living with that energy. So you have to give yourself some space. Knowing that, yeah, you can do your tools, you can do your exercises, you can do what you do, cool. But don't think that is going to fix everything and then you're never going to feel how you feel again. Like, no, it takes time to process all of that shit out. When Shrek said we are an onion, that shit is real. We are onions. There are layers to our trauma. So you can cut through the first layer and be like, oh, I'm good. Until you realize it's a layer under that. And then you cut through that layer and like, oh, I'm straight. Until you realize it may be a layer under that. And it's okay. You just take your time to keep going through the layers. And it doesn't mean work on the trauma consistently every single day for weeks and months. No. It means at this point, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to do the exercises in regards to this. I'm going to focus on this. Okay, cool. Maybe that'll take a week. All right, cool. Then I'm going to move on to whatever else Spirit got for me. Whatever the next thing is. Maybe the next thing is for me to not work on the trauma. Maybe the next thing is for me to receive some type of abundance or start something or, whatever. And then 6 months to a year later, another piece from that first trauma shows its head. So I'm going to go heal that. And then I'm going to move on and do whatever else. It's a process, right? Especially when it comes to the traumas that we have based on our parents. There are layers of things. It's not only just the things that they may have done to us themselves, but it's also generational things that we're healing as well. This is why you have to be cautious and be patient and have grace and understanding for yourself and for your journey, because we have a lot of shit that we coming up against. We got a lot of shit that we breaking down. We got a lot of shit that we're healing, that we're destroying, that we are, doing the groundwork for our bloodline in regards to. So, of course, it's going to be a lot, which is why you can't bombard yourself with all of these traumas and all of these experiences at one time and then get mad at yourself when you don't feel better all the way, or when you still have certain memories, or when certain things still trigger you or hurt you or make you feel some type of, whatever the case is. It's a process. And a lot of people have been conditioned to think that this is like a microwave type of thing. Like you put your journey in the microwave, you put that bitch on 30 seconds and then it's hot. No. Okay, this is a slow cooker process. You gotta marinate this thing first. And you gotta preheat that oven. And then you gotta put it in the thing. And you gotta put it in there. And then it might need to cook for a couple hours. Okay, and then when you take it out, it might need to rest. It might need to sit for a little bit. Okay, it's a process. So don't get to this place where you feel like all of your traumas have to be healed and everything that you went through, you got to be completely over it within a certain amount of time. No, ma'am. No, sir. It don't work like that. Okay? Spirit, again, this Six of Cups is also, reminiscent of Spirit allowing some of these people to be a mirror to you. Like I said, a lot of y'all are starting to wake up because these energies have been chipping away at you for so much and for so long, that now you're starting to realize, like, okay, something is wrong here. I need to do something about this, right? They allowed these people to be a mirror, a reflection to you. So because you wasn't loving yourself right, these people wasn't loving you right. Because you wasn't, prioritizing yourself, these people wasn't prioritizing you. Because you wasn't investing into yourself, these people wasn't investing into you. Spirit gave you these people as a mirror so that you can look and see exactly what you're doing wrong, where you're going wrong, and why certain things are happening the way that they're happening. Simple. Because sometimes we can't see it. We can't see it sometimes unless it's coming from somebody that we actually care about. Because if it was a motherfucker that you don't care about, you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't hear it. You wouldn't care. It's been plenty of people that you don't really care about like that have maybe offered you advice on this very situation and you didn't want to hear that shit. You ain't care. You ain't, whatever. Even if you did care about the person that was giving the advice, you didn't care about them as much as you cared about the person you was with. So it didn't matter. It didn't compare. The value system was off. So you didn't want to hear that shit. So Spirit's like, okay, I'm just going to let you see it for yourself. Which is the best way to learn. See it for your damn self. Because at that point, you can't ignore it no matter how you try. Once you see something for what it is, you can pretend that it's not that. But that shit always going to be in the back of your damn head. A part of you is always going to be remembering it. A part of you is going to hold on to that energy. Hold on to whatever you saw, whatever you felt. Whatever energy you picked up on, it's gonna hold on to that. And keep bringing it up. It's going to keep bringing it back up to you. Like, hey, you remember that day that you peeped that person did whatever they did? Okay, I'm just saying. I just want to make sure you remember. Then you mind your business again a couple weeks later. Hey, just stopping back in just to let you know. You remember that shit that happened a couple weeks ago? Alright, I just am making sure that you ain't forget. Until you do something about it. Until you get to a point where you can no longer ignore it and you have to do something about it. Period. Some of y'all had to reach the bottom. You had to hit the bottom. I'm even hearing some of y'all had to get y'all feelings hurt. As I said, that Ace of Swords came out. Tough conversations, getting your feelings hurt. People saying things to you that were hurtful, that was nasty, that was like, damn. That's how you felt the whole time. Look at all these mirrors. Mirrors are definitely significant. These people had to hurt your feelings. They had to break your heart. They had to make you feel some type of way. Look at this. 5 of Wands and then the 4 Cups. They had to create some type of adversity or some type of uncomfortable environment had to be created in order for you to really get that wake-up call. 5 of Pentacles. For some of y'all, you had to go broke. You had to lose everything. 8 of Swords. You had to lose everything. And you were just blind. Just blindly loving this person. Blindly caring for this person the whole time. You was out in the cold. You weren't being fed. You wasn't getting in return what you was putting out. And some of you, for real, you wasn't getting anything in return because what you was putting out wasn't as much as you thought it was. You can't give from a place of nothing. You know what I'm saying? 0 plus 0 is 0. So if I don't have shit, I can't give shit. If I don't have shit, I can't give shit. It don't matter how much I love you, no matter how much I care, no matter how much whatever. If I don't have shit, I can't give shit. So a lot of y'all wasn't receiving shit because you truly wasn't giving anything. Because you didn't have nothing to give. And if you look at it, for some of y'all, thank you, Spirit, this might be a gut punch, but you was giving as much as your parents gave to you. This is why we have these conversations with our parents in regards to our healing journey. And they're like, I gave you a roof over your head. And I put clothes on your back. And you had food to eat. And you had this, and that. And they're like, okay, but you weren't emotionally available. You wasn't loving. You wasn't caring. You didn't, encourage me. You didn't speak life into me. Like, what the fuck? That shit is way more important. So a lot of y'all were on that same level of, I did this for you and I did that for you. But if you really look at the shit that you was doing, it wasn't shit. Because you didn't have shit. Hard truth. You wasn't doing all that for these people. You wasn't doing as much as you thought you was doing for these people. That's why they looking at you crazy every time you try to bring up what you did. They like, what the fuck, girl? Boy. Okay. And? Because there's no value in that. And you can think what you did was valuable all you fucking want. But if it came from a place of nothing, there's no value in nothing. I can't give you nothing and then it become valuable. That's not how that works. Value is there from the beginning. It's not created. Things that have value from the beginning. They don't get value later on. They have always been valuable. So if you're not giving anything of value because you don't have nothing within you to give of value, that's why these people didn't accept it or receive it the way that you thought that they were supposed to. And a lot of y'all had to realize you was being very, very delusional in the way that you navigated relationships with a lot of these people. You was the delusional one. And I can't go to a prison and expect for them to treat me with honor and respect, because that's not the environment for that. I can't go to a mental health facility and expect for people to have clear communicating conversations with me, because that's not the environment for that. So you can't go and have relationships with these bums and think that you're going to get anything valuable out of that, because that's not the environment for that. You can't go and continue to be loyal to these bullshitting ass people, to these negative ass people, and think that you're going to get something value out of that, because it's not the environment for that. So it doesn't matter how much you invest into it. It doesn't matter how irritated you get. It's not going to change what it is. The only thing that can change is your location. Hello? So instead of you constantly being there, you need to move and travel to another goddamn location. Because that's what you can control. You can't control the energy of that environment, because that environment is not yours to control. But you can't control your own energy. You can't control your own self. And you can get ghosts real quick. You can disappear real fast. You can choose yourself real quick. Thank you for the gift, babe. You know what I'm saying? You can't make that person be different the same way they can't make you be different. Because it's easy for us to point the finger, but we be the problem. If I'm in the same environment as a toxic person, I have to also be toxic. I can't be non-toxic, but then I attract a toxic ass person. That's not how that works. What the hell? If I done laid down with a liar and a cheater in some way, I'm a liar and a cheater. Because that's how I got connected to this motherfucker in the first place. Like attracts like. I may not be cheating or lying in the same way that they cheating and lying, but I'm probably cheating myself and lying to myself for sure. If I didn't got connected with somebody who don't know how to keep their hands to themselves, emotionally abusive, physically abusive, in some way I'm doing those things to myself. In some way, that energy is reflecting back to me whatever I'm putting in front of it in some type of way, shape, or form. And this is where accountability comes into play. Your spiritual journey don't got room for you to be no motherfucking victim, because the whole purpose of the journey is to make you the victor. So you can't be in this journey and be committed to being a victim and staying a victim and continuously pointing the fingers at everybody else. That's not how this journey works. This journey is not about victims. Victims don't win over here. Victims don't gain anything from this journey. Victims don't elevate over here in these parts. It don't happen because you're a victim. That means you're not operating your power. And spirituality is about energy. Energy is power. So you can't be over here talking about you a god and goddess and queen and this and bop, 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are all gods. Let me say that. But y'all, you love titles. Everybody loves titles. You can't be all of these titles or keep putting all these titles in people's faces and then you're not stepping up. Because regardless of if that is who you are at your core or not, we can't see it. There has to be evidence to support your claim. And if you look at your life, where's the evidence? Awakening. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence that, you are living a spiritual life? A stranger should be able to walk up on you and you not even open your mouth, and they should know that you hold a certain energy. They don't have to know what that energy is. They don't have to know all the specifics and details, but they know that it's something a little different about you. They can't put their finger on it all the time. They may not know how to express it, but energy don't lie. Energy don't fucking lie. There's no way that you can fake energy. You can fake, trying to act like you possess a certain energy. But you can't fake the energy. Period. Spirit said if some of you guys have been thinking about cutting your hair or trimming it or doing like a nice size trim, then you should do so. Okay? Remember, hair holds energy, hair holds memories. That's why, you know, trimming your hair is not just good for growing the hair, but it's also good for releasing old energy from the hair. Okay? So even if you take a couple inches off the bottom, or some of y'all might want to do the big chop or whatever, start completely over, however it resonates for you. Okay? I think it's going to be very helpful in helping you release some of the stagnant energy that may be in your space. Okay? We got, and this deck is called the Muse of Pentacles. And this is definitely, you know, the energy of walking into what is for you. You know what I'm saying? Being guided directly to what is for you, and effortlessly being able to, you know, enjoy it. Having it set up for you. Okay? I just heard passcode entrance. Alright? So it's like whatever is for you, only you got the passcode to this. Only you can unlock this. And this is the thing. Nobody can come and take what is yours. Right? Nobody can come steal your life purpose. Nobody can come in and take the things that are set up on your journey that have your name on it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can come do that. But what can happen is you will not receive what is for you because you're not in position. So it's always there. It's always available. It's always a possibility. But you getting it or not is based on the work that you're willing to do. You receiving it, you aligning with it, and being able to, you know, again, receive it is based on the work that you are willing to do. So nobody can take it from you. That's the thing. Like, you're not out here competing for something. You're not competing for shit. Everything that is yours has always been yours since you popped out your mama coochie. It just is what it is. Everything that is yours has always been yours. Since before you got here, it was always set up for you to have certain things, for you to walk into certain things, for you to, you know, align with certain things, for your purpose to be a certain thing. All of that was decided before you chose to come here. Because if you calling yourself woke or chosen, a chosen one, a star seed, or any of those things, that means you made a decision to come here. So everything on your journey, from your childhood trauma on up, you decided to live that life for a reason. And your whole goal in life is to figure out why. What is my purpose? What am I supposed to be here doing? What have I been sent here to do? Right? All the things that I went through were character builders. Not only that, I had to go through certain trauma so that I can heal them from a place of understanding. Like we talked about before, if I never been through it, I can't give you no advice on it. If I never been through it, I can't help other people get through it. I can't heal the bloodline if I never been through some of the things that my bloodline has experienced. Because when we heal from first person. So if I haven't experienced it first person, I can't heal it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me to heal. So, in trigger warning, some of us had to go through certain things, physically, emotionally, sexually, because it is something, a part of the generational curses that plague our family. And Spirit knew that we would be strong enough to overcome it so that we can get to a place to not only save and heal ourselves and free ourselves from that energy, but make sure that our children and our children's children and everybody who comes after us won't even have to deal with that shit. Period. It's not for us to go backwards and try to heal all of the people that came before us and try to get them to understand. No. So this don't have nothing to do with any generation before you. It is about your generation and everything after. And when you look at it from that perspective, you realize this is not a personal attack on you. It's not a personal attack on you. And you intuitively knew, your higher self knew that you would make it out of this. This is why you survived it. If those things were supposed to take you out, they would have. That's what y'all not understanding. And some of y'all have already been super close to death. Let's talk about it. talk about it. In my childhood, shit, I almost lost the eye, got kidnapped. I mean, so many different things was supposed to happen to me. So if you survive certain things, I was essayed at 5 years old. My whole year being 5. You know what I'm saying? Certain things happen, and it's not a fault of our own, right? It's not your fault that you experienced it, but you went through it so that you can heal it from first person, and so that you know what signs to look for because you experienced it. For example, an alcoholic can tell when somebody around them is an alcoholic. Why? Because they lived that life. So not only can they identify the trauma, not only can they identify the adversity, but they can also give advice to heal that thing, to fix that thing, to correct that thing, to help that person move from that specific space in their life to a better space. Right? So you had to go through some of the things you went through so that you can identify them first person, and you can heal them from your bloodline. Again, this is if you say that you was a chosen one. All chosen ones, we all had hard lives. Not one of us was silver spoon kids. I ain't met a silver spoon chosen one yet. Because you supposed to come from struggle so that you can heal the struggle. We not silver spoon kids. We had to get that shit out the mud. What the fuck? We still get it out the goddamn mud if we being for real. Period. Because we here to clean this shit up. Ain't none of us, you know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us lived this amazing life and we just came into the world and everything was peachy. You know what I'm saying? And everything was good and we just had everything we wanted and everybody treated us nice and we didn't have any traumas. Hell nah. If you are chosen, you go through it the most. Because you have to learn from experience so that you can help other people transmute that energy. If I don't know how to transmute the energy for myself, how the hell am I help you do it? If I didn't get myself from point A to point B, how am I going to talk you through it or walk you through that? I can't. Right? It has to be from experience. Yeah, that 5 of Pentacles came right on out. You had to go through loss. If you never was broke, you would never appreciate money. You know what I'm saying? If you never was hurt, you'll never appreciate being healed. If you never, was without and having a penny pinch, you ain't gonna never appreciate having everything ready for you, made for you, lit for you, working positively for you. You know what I'm saying? If you never hit rock bottom, you never can appreciate the heights that you will eventually get to. So you have to start from one place so that you can appreciate the other space. It has to go like that. There's no other way to achieve that for you to really get out of it what you're supposed to get out of it. And a lot of y'all are sent here to be those matriarchs and those patriarchs of your family where you are able to give clear direction. We can look at the quote-unquote matriarchs and patriarchs of our family now. These motherfuckers can't heal us out of a wet paper bag. They can't give us no advice to get down the damn street. Let's talk about it. And we got generations in our family that ain't never gone nowhere, ain't never did nothing, ain't never healed shit, just passing trauma from person to person, from place to place, from generation to generation, and doing nothing about it. They don't believe in therapy. They don't believe in getting help. They only believe in going to church and whatever other low vibration, negative, excuses that they can motherfucking make. They ain't did shit. And these motherfuckers is 2 times our age, 3 times our age. Ain't did a fuck ass thing. Ain't never lived out a dream. Ain't never accomplished nothing in their life. Come on now. These can't be the people that you think are worthy of taking advice from. These can't be the people that you think you were sent here to help. You're not supposed to help them people. A lot of those people are lost causes. Everybody's not meant to be helped either. This may not be your first lifetime, but this may be theirs. A lot of these people, just because they're older than you physically, don't mean that they're older than you spiritually or energetically. A lot of y'all are way older than these people when it comes to energy, when it comes to the spirituality, to the spiritual realm. Which is why you know more than they do at the age that you are. Which is why you have more of an awareness than they do at the age that you are. Which is why Spirit has been taking you through these stages of preparation versus what they have and what they've done. Which is why something you just intuitively know. Like, there's some shit that y'all just know. You just know that shit ain't right. And this is not starting from adulthood. This is starting from being a child. Y'all was children peeping shit as children. Like, something ain't right about this. Something is off about this. Something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers, this can't be right. This can't be normal. This can't be the way that life is supposed to go. This can't be how family supposed to treat each other. This can't be how you display love or how you show love or care. Like this, like a lot of y'all knew from being a child that, number one, you was different on purpose. Even though you went through some of the same things that these people went through, you still was different. Period. You had to go through some of the same traumas so that you can heal them. But you have always been different, which is why your traumas have never taken you out. Some of these people in your family have lost their mind. Mind gone. Mind gone. No help. No hope for these motherfuckers. And sometimes it just is what it is. Sometimes there's just no hope for people. Because it's not supposed to be. Whatever they're supposed to accomplish in this lifetime is between them and them. It's not my job to come here and save you motherfuckers that's older than me and that had the opportunity to get it for yourself. Because there's people that are a part of the older generations that are tapped in, that are spiritual, that are elevating, that are healing. So if it was for them, they would have it. Because there's other people that belong to their generation that got it for themselves. You know, my father is one of those people who has realized a lot of the traumas and stuff through me helping him and guiding him, you know, for him to even be open to listen to his daughter and not take the high road like, I'm your parent. You don't tell me. I tell you. You can't teach me. I teach you. Like, no. My dad be like, well, what exercises do I need to do for this? Oh, it's a full moon. And my father's a Christian still. It's a full moon. Can I do that little letter thing that you told me to do? I'm like, yeah, Dad, you can do it. Okay, I'm about to do that tonight because I got some stuff I need to release. Go ahead, Dad. Get your shit off. He'll call me, hey, what crystals do I need? So some people will get it because it's for them to get it. You don't waste time on people who are conditioned to not receive it. Some people, it is in their DNA. They are wired to not get it this lifetime. Everybody not going to go. Everybody not going to get it. And you have to understand that applies to family, friends, and loved ones as well. Just because you care about them don't mean that they're going the same places you're going. You got way too much that you have to do with your life to be worried about people who don't want to get it for themselves or who are not meant to get it. And what happens when we try to force things or when we, get irritated and get annoyed because we keep trying to make something happen. Okay, you keep trying to make fetch happen. Fetch is not happening. And what you're doing is you're just irritating yourself. You become annoyed. You become irritated. And that's draining more of your energy. And it's lowering your vibration. Now you're becoming more negative. Now the way that you are moving about in your life has changed. Because you're allowing the negativity of trying to get somebody else outside of you to do something. It's fucking you up now. Now your life is taking a toll because of what you're trying to force on somebody whose life may not even be to get that. We all have a purpose, and some people's purpose is to be asleep. Some people's purpose is to fuck you over so that they can activate the God in you. That's how you gotta look at it from that point of view. And I know that sucks. Because we love the people that we love and we want relationships with our mamas and our daddies and sister, brother, cousin, mama, daddy, uncle, whoever. But sometimes their purpose was to just be the catalyst. Right? Pressure makes diamonds. So we need the pressure. Some people gotta be the pressure. Everybody can't be the damn diamond. If everybody the diamond, then who the fuck gonna be the pressure to make it? Some people just supposed to be the pressure. Some people just supposed to be the step stool. Let them live in their purpose. What Kendrick Lamar say? Every dog got his day. Now live in your purpose. Some people just supposed to be the dog. Why are you trying to argue back and forth and trying to make the dog a butterfly? They supposed to be what they supposed to be. They supposed to do what they supposed to do. Some people just supposed to bring adversity so that you can overcome it. If there aren't any people being the challenge, we will never be challenged. So let people operate in their purpose and take them for what they are. And be grateful that they are showing up in the capacity that they are supposed to. That's when you change the game. Spirit, I'm so happy and grateful that you brought this person to me to teach me this lesson, so that I know to avoid this moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy and grateful that you allowed it to be somebody that I know to teach me this lesson instead of a stranger. Sometimes you just got to take what you can take. You got to be happy for what you can be happy for. You got to get what you can get and keep it pushing. Spirit, thank you for putting me in a position to learn that ain't it. Sometimes people are supposed to be the example to you of what not to do. That's their only purpose, is to show you what not to do. Show you who not to be. Show you what is not right. That's a purpose within itself. Sometimes we show up for people like that in their lives too. We not always the victims in every situation. Let's not act like that. Sometimes we be the catalyst. We be the problem. We be the issue on purpose, because we supposed to serve that purpose in that moment. You were supposed to be the girl with the attitude and get on this person's nerves. You were supposed to be the motherfucker that cheated on this person and did whatever you did. In that moment, you were supposed to do whatever you were supposed to do. Everything has purpose. Everything has purpose. And when you start to look at it from that perspective, that's when shit changes. It's all about your perspective. It's all about your perspective. Look, Ace of Cups. It's all about your perspective. Things that you receive, the way that you look at things, the way that things start to move and unfold for you is all based on your perspective. Are you taking the good out of everything? And when I say fight for the perspective, I mean like even situations that just feel completely fucked up, you got to fight for the good in that. That's how you start to train yourself to get more comfortable looking at things from a positive point of view rather than from a negative point of view. Because we've been conditioned already to look at everything from a negative point of view. Right? Every time something happens, we always upset, whining, mad. Oh my God, I can just never, this could just never, I can't do this and I can't do that, and I'm just never going to have this and never going to have that, and when. Instead of looking at the lesson that we're learning, instead of looking at it as a challenge and as Spirit trying to give you certain things for you to learn so that you can elevate, right? Instead of looking at the positive of it. So you got to fight for the positive in the world of darkness. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why did you think that positivity would come easy in a place that is created to be negative to you? This is hell. I don't know if y'all realize that or not. Like, a lot of y'all are trying to create a life and sustain yourself in hell. That's why we say being all money focused and all of that shit. This is hell. We're not trying to be here all long and you know, we're not trying to do all that. The goal is to leave this bitch and never come back, and to prepare the generations after us to also never come back, so that eventually we stop reincarnating here. That's the goal, to continue to teach people, hey, this is the right way to do things. This is how you connect with Spirit, so that you can get all the information that you need in order to do what you're supposed to do, so that you can never come back to this hellhole again. We keep getting tricked to reincarnate here. Everything that they set up is to help you reincarnate back here over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Period. Alright, let's close out with some confirmation. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments as well. As I'm going through these final messages, I'll be answering questions. It doesn't matter what question it is. I can answer pretty much anything. All right. right, confirmation for the collective. One card at a time, thank you. Make sure that you follow this page so that you will get notified whenever I go live. I don't really post too much this page. This page is mainly for my lives. Now my main page is where I post actual posts, so that's linked in my bio. If you want to book any one-on-one readings, if you want to book any mentorships, I do have a special on mentorships for spiritual beginners. If you're interested, my website is linked in my bio as well. Okay. So Monday could be significant. 222 or the number 2 could be significant. Red, black, white, and silver could also be colors that may be significant to you. What is the best way to get physical pain out of your root chakra? So physical pain is always something, when it becomes physical, that means it has been ignored in the spiritual. Okay? So the body is the last resort. Everything always happens first in the spiritual realm. If you don't deal with it, it starts to show up in your physical body. Okay? So I would say, first off, you need to go research what the root chakra controls, what energy it holds, what it looks like when it's balanced, what does it look like when it's unbalanced. Okay, I have a root chakra guide on my website as well that I created. I have a lot of books and guides and stuff that I created as well. So for those who want to do shit on their own, you know, in the comfort of your own space, definitely go check those out. They're all available on Amazon. You can go from my website, it'll take you right to Amazon, and then you can order it. But you first need to know what each chakra does. And you need to know what that chakra looks like when it is balanced. Okay? And once you know what it looks like when it's balanced, then you can pinpoint what in your life may not align with that, so that you can balance out that chakra. That's number 1. Okay? And your root chakra is your base chakra. So that's your foundation. So that's the most important one that you got. Because everything else builds off of that foundation. Okay, so I would say go research that first. And I'm saying to research it is the reason why I'm not giving you the answer. Because y'all, you know, sometimes, not you specifically, but y'all be acting like y'all allergic to researching. And if you don't research it for yourself, you'll never have an understanding for yourself. Okay, so definitely research what a balanced root chakra looks like. You know, all of those things. And then compare that to where you currently are in your life. All right. What else is here? Ooh. Prosperity. Now, this is the second time that this Monday card came out and this prosperity card came out around it, beside it, or whatever the case is. Okay? So there's a specific Monday. Right? I don't know if it's going to be next Monday and Monday after that, but it's something about Monday. All right? Where y'all are going to be receiving something, some type of information, being connected with something. This could be a random deposit. This could be money you've been waiting for. It could definitely be something dealing with finances for sure, because it is the prosperity card that popped out. Monday is also technically Moon Day, which is the day of the moon, which is the day ruled by the moon. The moon is emotions, okay? So, again, for some of you, your prosperity comes through you dealing with these emotional things, emotional baggage. Okay, it's time to release some of this emotional baggage. Bag lady, bag man, won't hurt your back. Some of y'all could also be getting some good news in regards to a court case. Okay, Saturday is also significant. The colors dark blue, or the color dark blue. Sevens could be significant, so 777, 77, 43, 34 could also be significant. In birds. All right, birds chirping, birds flying near you, dreams about birds. I just heard catch flight. Okay, catch flight. I heard catch flight, and then I also heard second wind. Okay, so this is definitely like a reboot. This is a whole new life, a whole new experience, a whole new outlook, a whole new perspective, a whole new mentality. Like, this is New energy. Just being in a new space, being in new energy, living a whole new life. Like when we talk about jumping timelines, that's the type of shit that I'm talking about, where your old life, there's really not too much that you even remember from it, or that you carry from it, or that you worry about in regards to it. You so committed to this new version of you that all that old shit starts to just dwindle away, slip away, not be as important. Like I said, closure, endings, preparing for new. This is a whole new paradigm for some of y'all. Now, we have a collective paradigm shift that we went through, of course, with the age of Aquarius. But a lot of y'all have personal paradigm shifts that you're going through personally for your own journey. Okay? Look what's at the bottom of the deck. A lot of y'all are shifting, paradigms in your personal life. Right? So based on your life and your life's journey, things are shifting for you. Changing. Okay? Things ending and new things beginning. Access denied. Period. They thought, but they was blocked. No contact, and these people missed out. Some of y'all may have soul tribes coming in. Maybe the people who you thought was a part of your soul tribe, spirit denied access. Some of y'all been trying to figure out, like, damn, why every person that I meet that's spiritual and I think I'm going to be cool with them, something happens and we not cool no more. Because these people are not a part of your soul tribe, okay? Just because they're spiritual don't mean that they're going to be a part of your soul tribe. I really need y'all to understand that. Just because they're spiritual and you meet them and both of y'all on your journey, don't mean that that's automatically somebody that's a part of your soul tribe. That just means that you met another spiritual person. That's it. Everybody that's spiritual is not your soul tribe. And a lot of y'all have been putting these titles on people just because you're so pressed for this energy. And spirit's been denying access every fucking time. That's why you can't get no real relationship with some of these people, because they're not supposed to be around. How do you tell someone to be positive if they had a curse laid upon them since a child? It depends, because a lot of us have been cursed since we have been children. A lot of our mamas don't fuck with us, and anything that your mama speak over your life is a curse. A lot of your parents, period, didn't fuck with you. So, words are spells. So a lot of us have been cursed, right? A lot of us have had to break through curses, generational curses, adversity, things of that nature, based on our childhood. So the same way I had to, the same way you had to, the same way somebody else has to. And I don't have to be around you to say that I care about you. If you are still in a negative energy, then I have to do what's for me. It's not my job to change you. A lot of y'all want to change these people so that you can stay comfortable. It's not even about them. It's not even about them. And this is why, again, accountability, you got to be real with yourself. You want these people to change so that you can stay around them. You want these people to start acting the way you want them to act so that you can stay around them. That's selfish. You got to take people for where they are. If where you are right now don't align with where I am right now, then we just can't be together. It's okay. Now, maybe down the line, somewhere down the road or whatever the case is, you might get your shit together and we can reconnect. And if we don't, that's okay too. You got to be okay with separating yourself or being pulled away from energies, people, places, and things that are just not for you. And it doesn't have anything to do with your ability to still care about those people. Most definitely, love them from a distance. Love does not have to be in the same space for it to be love. I could love you from Tokyo. Okay? I could be here, right here in the DMV, and I can love you all the way to Cali. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors love us, and they're not even physical beings no more. So love does not need proximity. You know what I'm saying? It is that person's job to do their own work. And it's your job to protect yourself while you're doing your own work. Period. There's certain things that you're supposed to be doing. There's certain things you got to get done. There's certain goals you got to reach. There's certain missions that you're on. There's certain purposes that you have to fulfill. And if the people in your space or some of the people that you love and care for don't help or add to that energy, they are not supposed to be there. Anything that causes any disruption is not supposed to be there. It is out of place. Because if it was supposed to be there, it wouldn't cause a disruption. That's what y'all have to understand. A lot of y'all be trying to make shit happen or change it, or that, not you personally, but whoever, right? Making shit, trying to change people and trying to force them to be something else, and just to satisfy you, because you don't want to deal with your abandonment issues. You don't want to deal with the fact that you don't know how to be alone. You don't want to deal with the fact that you're codependent, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever. So you use these people as a mask. You use them to mask the energy. You use them to basically, excuse you from responsibility. As long as I can make it seem like it's something that they're not doing, then I never have to take accountability for what I'm not doing for myself. So you got to ask yourself, why am I trying so hard to make this person be different? What do I lack within me that has me here trying to pull teeth with a motherfucker who is committed to their own journey? And the thing is, they're not wrong for being wrong, because we all have been wrong and we all will continue to be wrong. But them being wrong doesn't mean I have to stick around the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Them going through their process don't mean I have to be there and I have to be affected by it. It just is what it is. Okay? And that goes for anybody. Friends, family, relationships, co-workers, jobs, whatever. I love when cards finally pop out, because I'll read them, you know what I'm saying, depending on what it is that spirit brings to my attention. But when it pop out on its own, that's how you know. That's confirmation within itself right there. That's what we talk about. That's what we call in person, in time, in the moment confirmation. Period. Let's get a few more. Cool head. Okay, for a lot of y'all, you need to stop stressing. The more you stress about certain things, the more those certain things will happen. I don't know if y'all realizing that. Every time you sit there and you get worried about things, more of that thing happens. Spirit gives you more of a reason to worry about that thing. You know what I'm saying? This is why Spirit said, through you releasing, through you, letting go, through you not being stressed, not being worried no more, just going with the flow. That's why these things are going to come in for you. That's why these opportunities are going to find you. That's why you're going to be in alignment. That's why this ancestor or whoever is coming in is going to be able to help you. Because you are now operating in a place of peace. You're not worried. You're not stressed. You're not filled with anxiety. You worry about what's going to happen next, what's going to come next. What negative thing is going to pop up out of nowhere. You're not in that energy anymore. And because of that, things can finally come in for you. You can finally have that breakthrough that you have been waiting for. For a lot of y'all, September is going to mark, when I say like a whole new understanding of what abundance really is for a lot of y'all. Like you think that you done seen abundance, you ain't seen shit. For people who this is resonating for, and for people who are committed to their journey, and you're in this energy of not worrying and going with the flow and relaxing yourself and just being calm, cool, and collected and all of that, September, mark my words, September, from September on, a whole new understanding of what prosperity and abundance really is.